and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll throw from the gun. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. He's got a man, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, 84 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bud Dupree, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 53 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll look to run with Connor. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That makes things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 67 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Justin Tucker lining
As a
up
former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 20.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Steelers.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Forced out to him, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the interception, here's Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And boy, that one drops handoff's incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Steeler first down.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels taking it in. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. Jackson from the shotgun, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
Roethlisberger gonna throw it. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
A gain of 29.
They got 29 yards that time.
Pittsburgh.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Today's final score.
So this one in.